Teach us about that newness. The idea of newness. What do you think about that?
I think it's key. I think that, and if there's a time during history where embracing new and constantly changing yourself is important, as it is right now. With the speed of change, we've mentioned AI before. AI is going to totally change everything in the world, right? We hope for the positive, and we can also start to influence the positive as well. But anybody that doesn't take time to think for themselves in terms of what can I do to further improve myself, or hey, let's come up with something that is new, a new approach to doing something, and also really importantly, feeling comfortable to leave the old. A lot of people stick with the old, and as you get older, like my contemporaries are like, oh no, we do it, that's the way we used to do it. No, it doesn't matter. Anytime I ever hear anybody say that, well, we've tried that before, or no, it works fine the way it is. It's like, no, you got to constantly be thinking about how to improve it, but it shouldn't only be new. It should be new and good as well, right? So there's a lot of new right now. And again, I mentioned AI again. I think it's one of those where many of us need to focus on making sure that what we do with AI is going to be a positive thing. And when even the godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, talks about that there's all kinds of positives about AI, and a lot of us experiencing those right now, but there's also real negatives. And so we need to really be focused on kind of the ethics, to really focus on, as an example, AI is going to be taking a lot of people's jobs, various types of jobs or parts of jobs. And so I think that we as societies and governments need to be thinking of, how do we deal with that? If a good percentage of the population is not going to be doing, gainful employment anymore, how do we support them? Also, if you're an employee in a company, I would say you have to understand AI well, and think about new ways of doing things together with, AI. That's the healthy way of doing it. But like I said earlier, don't leave everything over to AI. Don't make that the new. That new is not going to be good for you, right? And I think that even the way that we develop AI systems, like we're for the Habits for a Better World project, just to touch on that just for a minute, it includes social media campaigns. So we have a social media team, we have a website team, we have an AI a bot team that is being trained. We did an experiment earlier on this. How could you effectively support people that want to make particular changes? And we're using a RAG implementation, which means that we say what data we want the AI to actually access. So it's not just the general open LLMs. And then we also have a digital community. So you can support each other, and we also have moderators in there and stuff like that. And we're also doing in-person events as well. But in each of those things, when we talked about doing AI as part of our thing, we said, okay, you know what? We got to make sure that it's low in energy use, so we focus on that. We want to make sure that we're doing it in a healthy way for individuals, which is now what we're doing as well. I think that if we make sure, as I said earlier, we factor in that if the new thing you're developing is balanced in the support that it's providing for sort of individuals and the planet, for example, then you're going to be okay. But if it's only just going to make a lot of money, which is a lot of the sole motivation that a lot of organizations have, then we're not going to have as great, outcomes. And I think a number of us need to be focused on that, and we need to be agitating for making sure that the AI that, organizations, deploy are actually going to be healthy for them, for the planet, and for the future of the human race.